Winter descended on Stalingrad, a city reduced to near ruins, smoke rising from every corner structure. Amid this profound chaos, a single determined figure emerged, a marksman whose exceptional precision would change battle. This is the incredible story of Vasily Zaitsev, the man who became the elusive shadow of Stalingrad. Born in the rugged Ural Mountains, Vasily Zaitsev was certainly no stranger to significant hardship. Before the conflict, he worked as a hunter, honing his keen skills with patience, observation, and marksmanship. When the invasion reached the banks of the Volga, these skills transformed him into a strategic asset. Stalingrad, 1942. The city had become a heavily contested fortress, a scene of immense destruction. Every building, every narrow alley, and every ruined apartment became a fierce engagement zone. Soviet and German forces clashed relentlessly, street by street and block by block in the city. In this difficult landscape, Zaitsev found his purpose, neutralizing key enemy targets and officers. He understood how to turn the resulting apprehension and uncertainty into a powerful strategic weapon. From the rooftops and high vantage points, he carefully observed the movements of his adversaries. Calculating wind, distance, and timing, he transformed the urban landscape into his area of operations.
His initial successes were tactical victories. Though small, they began to accumulate into something much larger.
But as word spread of a marksman targeting the opposing troops, the psychological impact became immense. A deep sense of fear and profound uncertainty began to grip the forces opposing him.
The opposing command structure quickly recognized the significant threat he posed to their operations.
Special officers and other sharpshooters were deployed specifically to locate and neutralize the elusive sniper.
Yet Zaitsev constantly adapted, moving unseen through ruins and blending perfectly into the deep shadows. He exploited every corner and hidden vantage point of the heavily damaged and destroyed city.
His ability to disappear as quickly as he struck made him a legend among soldiers.
Zaitsev's greatest impact was not only in the targets he neutralized, but in the inspiration provided.
Ordinary soldiers gained new courage, seeing a comrade instill apprehension in the opposing forces.
Morale, which was so fragile amidst the rubble, finally and definitively began to rise again. This one man had suddenly become the clear and undeniable symbol of determined, steadfast defiance. Throughout the bitter winter, Zaitsev's engagements were as much mental challenges as they were physical ones. Calculating each shot, he understood the high-stakes game of cat and mouse he was engaged in.
Every counter-sniper duel with the enemy became a grueling test of wit, skill, and endurance.
One single mistake could mean the end, yet he pressed on, motivated by duty.
Reports from the front line told of a marksman who could appear anywhere, striking accurately.
He would then vanish back into the ruins before any response was possible, disappearing completely. Officers and high-ranking soldiers became wary, knowing a single engagement could end their command. This could halt the momentum of their entire operations, and Zaitsev's legend grew. The environment itself presented a monumental challenge. Harsh temperatures and collapsing buildings were everywhere. Constant bombardment and heavy artillery fire made the act of aiming a near impossible, difficult task. Yet Zaitsev thrived in these conditions, turning adversity into a distinct tactical advantage for himself. Snow and debris became his camouflage, silence his greatest ally, and patience his most effective tool.
Vasily Zaitsev stood as a figure of relentless precision, shaping one of history's most pivotal battles.
His very presence had become a significant concern in the opposing ranks of the German forces.
Elite sharpshooters were sent to hunt him, but Zaitsev knew every alley, rubble pile, and rooftop. He was patient and cunning, and had turned the city of Stalingrad itself into his ally.
The counter-sniper duel now became the defining moment of this phase of the intense conflict.
Across the ruins, Zaitsev and his counterparts engaged in a high-stakes, calculated chess match. Every single shot was calculated, every movement deliberate. One false step could mean disaster.
He moved with calm precision, reading the battlefield as if it were an open book.
During one legendary encounter, Zaitsev faced a very experienced and skilled opposing sniper.
Both men stalked each other through the damaged streets, aware of the high psychological stakes. The winner would shift the balance of an entire sector, so they circled for hours. They exchanged fire when opportunities arose, until Zaitsev's patience and superior skill proved decisive.
His successful engagements were not just numbers. They were precise, strategic strikes against key targets.
Officers, radio operators, and key soldiers were neutralized, disrupting the enemy's operations and command.
Opposing forces began to move cautiously, halting advances, wary of the unseen marksman.
Zaitsev's impact went far beyond the immediate battlefield, spreading rapidly among all of the troops.
Stories of the shadow sniper of Stalingrad spread among both Soviet and German soldiers.
Morale among the city's defenders soared high, while apprehension among the attackers grew. One man's courage shifted the psychological conflict, tipping the balance in a critical phase. The city itself, Stalingrad, became a partner in his difficult and demanding mission.
Collapsed buildings provided excellent cover for him, and the snow muffled his careful footsteps.
Rubble offered countless hiding places, allowing Zaitsev to move like a complete shadow. He struck with precision, vanishing before the enemy could respond, a blend of skill. His tactical actions were a perfect blend of honed skill, immense patience, and sharp instinct.
Yet this level of heroism came at a very high personal cost for the sniper.
Each mission pushed him to the absolute limits of his physical and mental endurance.
But he continued, driven by loyalty to comrades and determination to defend Stalingrad.
The city of Stalingrad, though battered and heavily damaged, had successfully held its ground.
The Soviet forces had gained a decisive advantage, thanks in part to this one sniper.
His incredible skill and his unwavering courage had made a significant tactical difference. Vasily Zaitsev's story is not only one of precision, but of profound human resilience.
It is a story of ingenuity and the power of a single individual to shape history.
In the harsh, shattered streets of Stalingrad, he became much more than a soldier.
He became a legend, a true symbol of hope, defiant spirit, and extraordinary bravery.